Okay, there we go. Get started here. See, move my camera over just a little. I think we're good. So, give everybody a few minutes to get in. Let's move this up just a tad. There we go. So, hope everybody had a good weekend. Wait till everybody comes in. And we're going to collage today. I got some samples and I brought out my big giant collages just so I can show you what they look like big. But we're going to work on these giant cards. I love them. So, yeah, we'll give it a few minutes for everybody to get in. Hi, Sharon R. And get me a sip of my lemon water. Hope Rachel's doing well. Rachel, thinking of you every time I do an ASMR. How was your weekend, Sharon? Pamela. Hi, Angie. Sorry, I got to get my voice rolling here. Good morning, B. So, yeah, I made a couple things over the weekend. Started another collage on a canvas board. I just don't like, I got to be honest. I don't like working on canvas. I like working on paper. I just like working on, even heavy cardstock paper. Canvas has got that texture. I'll show you. I'll talk about it in a little bit. Yes, I know, right? They are hilarious. This is the box they came in. Got them at Hobby Lobby. And yeah, so I thought we would work on it because that's why I bought them. I bought them to do collages on. So hi, Janet. How you doing? How was your weekend? I was going to call you or text you this weekend to see if you got your new glasses ordered. Let's see. Megan, Terry, Julianne. You're home alone? Well, you're not alone, Angie. You're with us. Hi, Judy. Let's see. Kathleen, Melly. Let's see. Scrolling. I said hi to Terry. At the time, this should be. Well, I did pull out some of my big poster collages to show. Again, most of y'all have been around, seen them 100 times, but because I want to use them as examples for working big. Let's see. Maseki. Ruth. Hi, Ruth. How y'all doing? How you Canadians doing up there? Sue. Who else? You don't have your new glasses yet, though, do you? You just ordered them. Did you get them already? I don't think you got them already. I'm just thinking. Hi, Debbie Bruce. Darlene. Let's see. Sanji, my voice is all but gone. Well, I know we got a brand new air conditioner, but I still sleep with the fan on. And I have a fan blowing in my face right now. So that does affect my, voice and being stopped up, kind of thing. But, I like that fresh air. I like that circulation of air. Hi, Dawn, Tracy. Oh, not until July 5th. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all got your exams done. You want to tell everybody what happened? Well, you did tell everybody what happened, didn't you, on your show with Robert's glasses? Let's see. And what are you going to do today? Do you know, Janet? 2 days left of school. Okay. Yeah, but then you have to like take care of all those kids all the time when you have them home, Ruth. Y'all have some plan. I'm sure you got some plans to do some vacay stuff with them all. Let's see. Sue, Tracy, Julia. Oh, top of the. You too, Julia. Too much moisturize. Yeah. Janet said Robert put his glasses on the back of his tractor mower anyway, and ran over him. The lens was good. One lens survived. But that made y'all go get new glasses, Janet. So yay, right? So yeah, over the weekend, what did we do? We didn't do a lot. The highway up by our house, they closed off the highway. Well, you can get on and off, but it's like a big mess up there to repair the bridge, widening the bridge, going like, in other words, there's going to be more people. They have to widen the bridge because it's getting so many people. But anyway, so it's kind of convoluted how we have to get around. But anyway, we didn't do a lot. Ran a couple errands, the grocery store. I got some new pens in the school supply department. And I did make a couple of these little cuffs. If y'all remember, I made Colleen a cuff a few years back, and I don't think she's ever worn it but once. But that's okay. Anyway, so hey Colleen. So I made a couple of cuffs where it's the same fabric, it's the same ribbon, that I made the here. Let me get one over here. The the prayer the prayer scrolls. Y'all know I showed these last week. I have different sizes and versions of the prayer scrolls, but this size right here of this ribbon. So it's the same ribbon here, but different colors. And it's the same thing here. And I just folded it over once. And so I could sew, on it and then flap it over, and they glue this side to this side. So you don't see any of the stitching, and it's all smooth on the inside. And then just a couple of little pieces of Velcro and one of these little rosettes. And so anyway, I did sew. Oh, I can't get too much closer. I did stitch here. I made some fringe knots on this one. And then these little flower rosette things are a ribbon. That's just one of those rosette ribbons right there that I tacked down. And then I did the stitching, and this one's just a little different. I just did a running stitch here and some little flower things there. But isn't it cute? I'm going to make a whole bunch of them in all different colors, along with some more prayer scrolls. So yeah, I got to use up all that ribbon. So I did. Here's what it looks like. This is the size of the piece. I'm not sure how. It's probably about. I think it's about 11, maybe. It depends on your wrist. It depends on your wrist. So you do this and just kind of fold in half just to know where you're going to stitch, right? So you know that this half is going to be stitched, this half is going to be blank, so that you have a smooth inside. And it's like, it's very soft. It's very suede-y. Oh, thanks, guys. Hi, Becky. Who else am I missing? Rebecca, Tracy, Linda Renz. So yeah, and then just stitch on it. Just stitch on half of it like this. And then glue. I just glued the edges together to glue it shut so you don't see the stitching. And then I just glued on a rosette. And then I glued on the Velcro. And then you just, you have a little wristlet. A little yeah. So I'm going to make more of them, but I thought I'd wear one today. Hi, Tina. And hi there, baby girl on the floor bringing me toys. She was up here earlier. So thanks, Tina, for saying good morning to everybody. Let's see. Dawn, Barb. Who else? Tina saying hi to everybody. So, yeah. So that's, I made a couple of those. And yeah, they're kind of cool. Then let's see. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. Keep my voice going here. I don't want to get a lemon seed in there in my straw. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier. So we're gonna collage today. I pulled out some sample collages just to kind of, if y'all are new here, which I don't know, maybe you're lurking. Good morning, lurkers. I'll show you some of my larger collages. I make everything from little, artist trading card size, which is 2.5 by 3.5. I even make little tiny ones, which I haven't done those in a while, and they're hard to make on camera. And then I make art card size, which is 3 by 4, and then postcard size on up to my abandoned book. I did pull one abandoned book out. No, actually, I think I pulled one abandoned book out to show that. And then, then I pulled out some of these. I pulled out my giant posters to show y'all. So what I was saying yes, Collage Day, Clara. So what I was saying a little while ago is I got some of these, big canvases that you can get. They were 50% off. I haven't worked on one in a long time. I used to take my collages like this and do paintings of them. And those are, they're stuck. I didn't pull those out of my, okay, let's see here about block user. Did that work? I don't know. Let's see what we can do. Can we, put user in timeout. There we go. I think that did it. So anyway, I I haven't done anything on canvas board in a while. Although I would take something like this, and I didn't, and I should have pulled out some samples of that, some of my collages, and then the paintings that I made from the collages, but I didn't pull those today. So anyway, I said, well, I haven't worked for quite a long time. Hi, Lisette. Who else am I missing? Good morning. Well, more like freaking troll bots, Julie, but thank you and good morning. Happy marvelous morning to you, Julie. Thank you, B. So, so I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and do not just, I usually do the paintings on the boards, right? Not the collages themselves. I do the paintings. So there's usually no collaging on the boards. I collage on paper and then paint on the boards. But I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and try again. It's been a while. I'll go ahead and try do a collage on a board, which I just don't do because of the texture. And even though I gessoed it and I did get some sandpaper and I could have really worked at it to make it smoother, but I didn't go to all that trouble. So I started a collage on the board and I just don't like the texture. I'm sorry. So here's what I'm working on. So it's just still in progress, but I just don't like the texture. So I don't know. That one's probably not going to get too much farther along because I just like working on paper with collage. I like those boards for doing a painting of the collage, but not the collaging itself. So I just got a couple of them. So let me show you a few of the collages and some of my collages in books that I've done. And then I'm going to have to back out, I think. Let's see. I have to back out. Where's my, there it goes. Well, I guess I'm as backed out as I can go. My camera's just low. Hi, Hedgie. So, well, good to have you back, Hedgie. I hope you're on the mend. So I did these not too long ago, and they're still to me in progress. And so yeah, I'll just show you. These are 12 by 12. So they're just in different stages. I work on them. Sometimes I'll photograph and put them in Procreate and play with them in Procreate. Some of them are more funny than others. And, I just like playing with collage. That's just what I like. I haven't done a lot of it this year because I've been working in my little travelers and my little, my little mini journals and stuff like that, my garden journal and all the little mini books. I've been kind of working in those a lot this year, and my colors, my color journal. So I haven't done a lot of collage this year, but anyway, so I really like this one. And then we got this one. And they all have meanings to me. But for anytime I do collage or surrealism type art, I like to leave you seeing what you see in it rather than me telling you what I made for it, right? I could tell you what it all means to me, but it's more important that you get something out of it and what do you see in it, And I think that's true of all art. What do you see in it? Because what you see in it's what's in you. Hi, Aunt Beck. Hi, Scrap Girl 12. Let's see who else. Well, thanks, Tina. So there's that one. This one's still in progress. I haven't even glued him down yet, so he's just floating there until I decide what to do with him. And this one, I love this one. This one's just fun. So they're heading to Hollywood. I still haven't. I haven't even painted in the hand there, the watch hand there, but they're heading to Hollywood. And yeah, I love the vintage vibe of this one. Okay, let's see here. I'll just keep putting them in timeout every 5 minutes. So there's that one. So these are just some of the more recent ones that I've been working on. So I thought I'd show those. I'm just going to take a few minutes to show some of the ones we've worked on before. It inspires me, it gets me, thinking and wondering about what I want to do as well. So there's those. Oh, that's going to block that light. Let's put this over here. And I did pull some papers and some different things that I'm going to work with today. And so let's see. Let me set that up under here so I have some space. I'll show you some. I pulled one abandoned places, one book to show you a before and after, and then Trisha Green had sent me this Nat Geo, so I'll show you a couple of things I've worked in this. So if you like doing altered books or collaging in books, now I've also got tons of art journals where I started from scratch. We have those as well, but I pulled the big ones, the big collages today because we're working on these big cards. And but if you like working with collage and altering books, you need to pick a topic that you like. If you don't pick a topic you like, you're not going to stick with it. Like I like abandoned, you know, crumbly, distressed places and buildings to work with. But if you don't like that, you better get you a garden book, a book on from Paris or some place you like, or something, some coffee table book that appeals to you because you won't stick with it, right? I mean, I've done hundreds of these, and if you don't like it, you are not going to. Well, I put image. Wait, let me see what you're saying here, Ruth. Do you cover the playing card you're using in the image in your collage? No, what I'm going to do with these is because I like the idea of it being the card, right? I don't want to lose the idea that it's a playing card. So I'm going to work on this side. I'm going to do the collages on the back. Well, the back, and leave this like it is so that you can tell it's a playing card. No, 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 no. I might have to lock them out when I start gluing. So I'm going to work on this side and leave this side showing, you know. So I just because it's cool, that's why I bought them. If I cover up the playing card, it's like, okay, I don't know. I just want this to show. So in my abandoned places, and I have multiples, I think last count I had 15 or 16 different books that I work in, that I alter in. And yes, cloud warning for sure, Tina. She's back here. She's already brought me some toys and stuff. Oh, and speaking of toys, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram. If you don't, follow me on IG. Just look up Dee Dee Willingham or Inky Well, Inkiwell. But so speaking of toys, in my garden this week, y'all know I sometimes have little helpers in my garden. And I like that, Julie. Julie always pops up in my IG feed. So anyway, I just okay. So I haven't read this yet, Julie. Don't no spoilers. Julie said she just finished this. Thanks for the recommendation. Did you like it? Did you like the book, Julie? I haven't read it yet. So so I did a my garden this week. In my garden this week. is my Barbie. So I'm going to have her do some different things like in the garden or art related. So yeah, be looking for her. Let me get a sip of lemon water. Be looking for her. Hi, Kathy A. Mara Smiles family is not finished. I have a tiny green man and a nephew with me today. Oh, thank you. Hi, thank you, Judy. Let's see who else. It's a great story listening to. Oh, so you did the audiobook. Okay. Okay, well, good. I'm looking forward to reading it. So yeah, so I had her helping me in the garden this weekend, and I was thankful for my cherry tomato. Everybody at Hubster's work loves my cherry tomatoes. They shouldn't eat them at their desk, and they really just like the cherry tomatoes are really good this year. So anyway, yeah. I'm surprised how many people actually like these. Well, not really, but they're kind of fun. Y'all know I've had Andy Warhol, I've had Bob Ross. Who else have I had in my garden? Anyway, so I like having different characters in my garden. Let's see the new well, actually, she is an artist. She came with an easel. Now, I'm not going to show you that now because I want to do another little scene. But look at her overalls there. Look, she's got paintbrushes in there. So yeah, she's an artist. She's an artist doll. uh, So you'll be seeing her pop up on IG. And I did put that one on Facebook because it had to do with my garden, and I've been posting my garden pictures on Facebook. But I don't put that stuff on Twitter. I barely put my cats on Twitter. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Twitter these days, but that's just me. So I will show you some. I have one book here that's not worked in and one that is worked in, so you can see the before and afters. And I've shown these a bunch of times, but in case you're new and you haven't seen how to work in a book and alter a book. So and Kieran Connolly, I love Kieran Connolly's Abandoned. He got Abandoned Places, Abandoned, a whole bunch of different abandoned books. And I always tag him whenever I post a picture in one of his books. I've actually sent him an original out of one of his books, one of my original collages, and he and the editor did a post with them holding it on they're in the UK. And so it made me feel good that he liked how I altered his pictures because I love his books. I love his books. So, yeah, cherry tomatoes are pretty easy to grow. So let's see. All right. So if y'all want to talk to me, put it in caps. Make sure you have live chat clicked at the top so you see all the chat. Hi Beth, you got this book? Yeah, I think I've seen you work in this book before, Beth. Okay, so I'm going to show you the before and the after. And I'm not going to go through every page in the book because I'll just take too long. And I got my big poster big poster collages behind me to share. So, and I've told the story about this one. This was the first one that I did in this book. And what it was is when I saw, I'm skipping some of my half-finished ones here. I skip around in the books. I don't do them in order. And so anyway, when I first saw this page, the first thing that occurred to me was, if y'all remember the old Star Trek, The City on the Edge of Forever, where Dr. McCoy, and they go through that big stone circle. He got into some, he got shot up with something, I don't know. Anyway, and they send him back, and he went through that stone circle. He went back in time to like pre-World War II. And that's the one with Joan Collins, and she runs the soup kitchen. And anyway, so he ends up in this alley because there's and what do you say, a homeless person, I guess. A homeless person was, living or was in this alley, or came across it in this alley. I say it like this is the alley, and finds Dr. McCoy's not tricorder, but phaser. Anyway, and he's messing with. He turns on himself, and he disintegrates, right, along with the phaser. So Dr. McCoy finally, stumbles around and wakes up in the soup kitchen, and it's my favorite Star Trek. It's my favorite original Star Trek. My favorite Next Generation is probably one where Picard goes back in time for he gets knocked out, and he goes back in time for it's like a whole lifetime, raises kids, grandkids. He's back in time for or he's not back in time. He's in another world for years and years and years. And then he wakes up back on the Enterprise, and he's only been gone for a minute. That's my favorite Next Generation with Picard. But this one was the original Star Trek. And McCoy was in this alley. So when I saw this, that's my impression, was that scene. So this is what I made based off of that. And it has been varnished, so it's all shiny. I try to varnish them as I go. But I don't get very many of them varnished. I'm just saying a lot of them need to be varnished. But anyway, so this was the first one I did. This was in 2016. And it is shiny, so it's kind of reflective a little bit. But anyway, saving the way. Yeah, that was in the movie. Yeah, hang on, guys. Okay, I think I muted in time before I sneezed. Like I said, I have the fan blowing right in my face. So let me have another little lemon water. Yes, he does, Calora. And then in his cabin, or no, what was it? They rescued a ship that had been floating around in space for 1,000 years or something, or 10,000 years. Anyway, they rescued a ship that had been floating around. I'm kind of getting it mixed up because it's been a while since I've seen the one with Picard. And on that ship was a box with the flute that he played. It was just I love time. I love time travel. I love time stories. It's my favorite. It's what really got me hooked on science fiction back when I was in junior high. I started reading Heinlein, and he had all kinds of time travel, and Asimov, and all the real sci-fi. So anyway, so that is that's what I turned in from this one. So I'm just going to kind of flip and show a couple. Oh, my nieces let me move my phone. My nieces are all texting at the family. I'm on the group text. So I'm just going to kind of flip through and just pick out a few of my favorites here. I have tons of them that are not done, right? I have tons that are not done, but I'm going to try to pick the ones that are done. So let's go to this. Let's see, where is it? Let's go to this one. I should have them marked. I try to keep Post-it notes in them so that when I do this kind of thing, I can show them to you kind of quickly. Okay, this one is one of my favorites. This one. Okay, so let me. Where is it though? I don't have this one marked. Hang on. Okay, so this one, I just love the idea of the old town, and I don't know if y'all have ever seen or if you watch any of those, UFO investigations, and I love all those things. I love any kind of mystery. That's why I like history, because I love mystery. But anyway, this just reminded me of that one in where in 1890 something crashed into a windmill in Texas, and they, supposedly there was an alien, all this, all those stories going on. Oh, thank you, Tina. So anyway, this just kind of reminded me of that vibe of an old, Texas or Western, town. And so I thought, well, what happened? So here's my painting of what happened. So yeah, I have all these things going on with exploding planets, kinds of stuff going on. Let's see. I think I got. Let me turn the brightness down just a little. It's a little flashy. I mean, it's a little bright there. There we go. That's a little better. It's hard. I want the color, true color, to show up, and it's much darker than it was showing. So yeah. So I went from this to this. Hi, Deb. Okay, so then let's see what's the next one I have marked. About 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 page. And like I said, I have they all got something going on them. But I want to try to get to the ones that I have something done on. This one was a simple one. Oh, you know what? Let me skip that one. Let's see. Okay, let's go to this one. I think let's see if I have it marked. Yeah. Okay. So this one started like this, and to me, it reminded me like of a castle, but not really. It needed to be a castle. This needed to be a castle. Let me go. Let me try to zoom in one while I'm showing. When I start showing my big posters, I'm going to have to back out. But right now, I can kind of show it like this. So, and now I can brighten it back up just a little. So, yeah, this needed to be a castle, in my opinion. So I say we, because a lot of these were done on stream. So this is what it turned into. And then this was kind of an afterthought. This was, I think, on a greeting card. But when I saw this in the greeting card, the first thing that occurred to me was this painting. So I put it on here, and I kind of made it look like the tree was growing right out of that window frame. That's one of the things about collage that is so cool to me. One of my favorite things about collage is being able to blend edges. Of course, I use paint too, so mine are mixed media collages. They're not just collage, because I use acrylic paint and pencil and whatever else I might need. So anyway, one of my favorite things about collage is how you can blend edges. And so you can see here's what it looks like before, and here's what it looked like after. Okay, so let me go to the next one. Now, this one is one of my favorites as well. This one, and I did tear that page. This just looked like a haunted house to me. And these little newel posts, the first thing I thought about on those, it just kind of looked like it needed to be something that like you could put your hand over and it would activate. So that's what I did. And then I wanted mist and things coming through here. So this one, I turned into this one. All this is paint and pencil. And I put little glows and little sparklers around the little newel post and everything. So lots of mist and things like that. Let's see. Kayla. Hi, Fernando. Good to see you, Fernando. Fernando commented on my face, or I think Instagram or Facebook one. He commented on my Barbie in the garden. Thank you, Fernando. Good to see you. He's so funny. If y'all don't follow Fernando, y'all need to. He's got a YouTube channel. So, yeah. I froze. Why am I freezing? Oh my gosh. I don't want this to start again. I don't even know why I would be freezing. Hang on, guys. Can y'all hear me? There it goes. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm hardwired in my internet. I shouldn't be. It's not Wi-Fi issue because I'm hardwired. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue today. We'll just kind of watch it. I can always reboot if I need to and come back, because that's one thing about StreamYard. You can come back, but I don't know if that's why. And I did notice a couple other people over the weekend, theirs was freezing too. So it may be a YouTube issue. Has anybody else noticed that on other people's streams? Because I did. I noticed a couple of people's. It was freezing. All right, so that's what I did. I went from that to that. Okay, so let's see what's the next one I have marked here. This one's okay. It's not like my very favorite, but let's see. This one. So this just reminded me of a bridge. So I said, well, where's the bridge going? And we just went to Big Ben. So there's this is what I turned this one into. You can't stand. You have to look. Look at what, Deb? I'm sorry, I missed something. Hi, Juanita. You had to look, Deb. So anyway, there's that one. It's not, like I said, it's not my favorite. It's so symmetrical, and I don't like my closet to be so symmetrical. But this one, look, the bridge went right up the middle. So what are you going to do? All right, then the next one. This one is really kind of, I don't know. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites. I'm just telling y'all which are my favorite and which aren't. But so I turned it into this. Oh my goodness. Let's get rid of him again. Put him in timeout. Every 5 minutes you're going in timeout. You might as well just move on to some place where they're going to care. I know it's a bot that only says. But anyway, okay, then let's see the next one. This one's really busy, and it's not one of my favorites, but did I pass it up? I missed it. Okay, this one. See, I like the one that looks like moth wings. I'm not sure which one, Ruth. This one. She's got some the little people right there on the edge. I imagine them like beaming down or landing on a planet, and they came across this. Maybe there's a war going on. Anyway, so they're dealing with whatever. Let's see. And there's this one. This one. And again, I'm skipping a whole bunch of pages that have something done on them, but I'm trying to kind of get through. This one was pretty quick. I didn't alter. You'd be surprised at how little I altered on this one. Who does that to us? I've never seen it. Yeah. The symmetrical one. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, Ruth. So this one is very little altered. All that's altered is the openings and the sky. So you can do a lot with very little. You can really alter something. Okay, then let's see what I got next. See, all these that I've done something on all these, but I'm just kind of skipping them because I just want to get to a few because I want to show you the big collages before we get started. This one is actually almost one of my very favorites. It's one of them. I have maybe a handful that are really, really, really my favorites. Okay, I passed that one up. I should show that one too. But let me go to this one first. Then I'll go back because there is a couple and that I did like. How far up is this one? Okay, here we go. All right, so when I saw this one, I thought this needed a bridge. That needed a bridge right there. So that's what this whole thing was inspiring to me because it needed a bridge. So I said, well, where's the bridge going? Well, here's what I made out of it. And this one is varnished too. This one has been varnished. So I made a bridge. It's a bridge to somewhere. And then I have this little like temple over here. And then I don't put many people in my collages, a few every now and then, but I thought this needed it with her feather that goes all the way around there like this. So I put her in there, but I don't put people in many. I feel like you are the person in the piece. You are the person. But every now and then I put a person. But this was my inspiration right here for the whole thing. So it went from this to this. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. It's happening to everybody. We just ignore it. We just block it and move on. Okay, so I think I had one more back here I really liked. Let me go back here. So let's see. This one. Okay, so it's like 3 or 4 back. And so I do get questions on how to do a altered page when there's multiple pictures. Well, there's a few things that you can do. Oh, you got to meet Picola? Well, it's nice to meet you when. Oh, Rebecca? Oh, you mean like at somebody's. I don't know why you're putting it in caps, Rebecca. So I'm thinking you're asking me something. Are you asking me something, Rebecca? I'm trying to catch them all. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can get that last one for me. Okay, so I do get people asking, can some of y'all block this for me, please? One of you mods. I'm for some reason it's not letting me time them out. Some of them I'm able to time out. Some of them I'm not. Thank you, Picola. Okay, so they asked me about if they, have multiple pictures on a page, what can you do about that? Well, you can do a couple things. You can just white out that whole piece that you don't like, or sections that you don't like. You can blend them like this. This right here could have all been blended right there, or this could have been blended right here. So this is one of the ones that I made into one big giant piece, and instead of 4 individual photos. So it can be done. It's a little trickier and it's a little more time consuming. But yeah, you can. It can be done. So there's that. All right, let's see. All right, let me move on to another one of my favorites. And that is actually, I got 2 more of my favorites. This one. Thank you, Picola. And good morning, my little snapdragon. So when I saw this reminded me of a bridge and these little turned over huts. Look, he looks like he's metal detecting. Look, don't they look like they're metal detecting? And actually, it's just huts turned over on their sides, but it looked like little guys metal detecting. So I took it and made a bridge. And thank you, Tina. And so this is the one. This is one of my favorites as well. I really love this one. So they're metal detecting across the bridge. They're finding their way. They're finding their way. So that to this. Okay, and then one other one that I really like is, well, there's a few, but this one is still in progress, but this one. I really like this one. And again, this one's still in progress, but I really like where it's going. So not done with it, but I really like this one too. And then let's see, 1 or 2 more. Okay. Again, this one, it was really a minimal that I did to it. It may look like there's a lot to it, but anyway, this one, I really like this one. I like the ocean here. I made under the sea, the stars here. Oh, thank you, Lise. All right, let's see. Is that all I want to show in this book? I think so. All right. And so again, there's something done on pretty much every single page, but those are some of my favorites. And I just wanted to show you that if you have a hard time trying to think up a collage, you don't know where to start, a place to start is with altering a book, because you've got things to work with. You got stuff to start with, right? So you're not starting from just a blank, you're not starting from scratch like a lot of my collages. So it's always fun. And again, I have tons of videos. Just look up abandoned books or altered books in my playlist, and you'll find tons of these. Okay. And we're working on. The other book that I want to show is this one that I just kind of play in every now and then. And Trisha Green sent me this one. And I have a few. I don't have two of these, so I can't show you the before and after. But I'll just show you a few things that I've done in this one. And just to, keep my hand busy sometimes. This one I'm working on. And I don't know, there's maybe one or two that are actually done. Because the thing is, I never feel compelled to, I have to finish this before I can go on to something else. I don't feel that way. If I come across something like this, and it's just this camel on this dune, and I put her here, I don't have to finish this right now. It just does. But I know a lot of people can't do that. They can't. Let me turn this card over. It's kind of distracting. They can't just move on to another piece until they finish one. Or an art journal or anything like that. So they're just different stages. You just don't know, you don't feel like, you don't know what to do. Pick up a Posca and just start doodling on a page. That's all this is just Posca doodles. I started doing this here. This one, I added this swirl of clouds coming through. This silhouette was already here, that silhouette. And I put that in space and added the transition right there. Hi, Mama 4. Fibs, Karen, are friends in the box. FIBS, friends in the box. Fibs. That's what fibs are. Yeah. We're not lying to you. Okay, so this one we did on a stream. I had the dinos falling into a pit there. Oh, let's see. This one's still in progress. I smeared some of the stars. This one's in progress. This is all painted out. And there's lots of these where I have there's videos on a lot of them. So this is how I started this book. Is I went through with my Poscas and just started defining the landscapes, and then I'll paint these in, or paint it out, I should say. And I just use acrylic paint. I usually use craft paint, and one of the reasons I like craft paint is because color pencil goes over it. Matte paint. Although Colleen made me, well, I say made me. I have some of those golden matte paints coming. I think they're supposed to be here today. Later today. Where's my phone? I think I'm supposed to get them today. Probably won't be before stream's over, but yeah, I'll show you the ones. It's the same one she bought. So yeah, arriving today. I got the zoom in on it here. The golden matte. I got the zing colors. So we'll play with them when I get them. Colleen's played with them on her channel too. But anyway, so I just took Posca and just divided up where I'm going to paint this in. So this would start with painting with blue, with some green and some light. I try to just expand the world. So I'll take my paints and paint this out to expand. Maybe I'll give you all an example. I really want to get on the cards though, but it is kind of cool to know how to use what's here and paint it in. So I'll leave that there. Maybe we'll come back to that one. Here's a little astronaut fighting his way out of a what's that plant that eats bugs. We did this one on stream not too long ago. I think this was the last one we did in this book. Let's see what else. Let me just kind of skip to some of the ones. that have more done on them. This one, now look at this. This is a good example of a minimal Venus flytrap. Thank you, Venus flytrap. This, the only thing done is I added this, and I haven't glued it down yet. But that's it. Look how it just made a whole world with one piece of collage. Just adding that, you can change a world. This one we did on a stream. Not really done with it, but working on that. I added this watch over the baby there. And again, here's some lines where I'm going to expand the photo into a whole world. And I just went through the book. I just went through the book with a pasta and did a lot of the pages. All right, so let's see what else. This one. And this will just all be painted out black. Let's see if I can find a few more. I love this one. I'm really anxious to work on that one. But let me just see if I can do a flip. This one. And there's some little things like this one, all it had was this guy doing a dive and this plane. And all I did was glue this little pterodactyl. That's all I did was glue that on that back. And look at it. Oh, let's see. What else do we have here? Flip that already. I gotta go this way because the book doesn't want to bend that way. Okay, this one I started on. This one. Well, anyway, I hope y'all are getting some inspiration just by me doing some flips. This one, this just had the plane on it, so I just glued this in the mechanical of a watch there and have them coming through this portal here. The lightning or whatever that is was there, I think. Or maybe I added it. I don't remember. So, yeah, I really love this book. And I don't work in it near as often, but it is fun. Okay, so now I am backed up as far as I can, so I don't know how much I'm going. If y'all missed it, I did show some of my. Let's see, where did I put them? Oh, here they are. I'll just flip to these. These are just started from scratch here. So, and I showed them at the beginning, and these are 12 by 12. This one was fun. All right. So anyway, there's that. Now, and we are going to work on these cards. We're going to work on this side of the cards. And so, oh, sorry, guys. They're so tall. Let's not knock the camera over. And I did get them at Hobby Lobby. They are, does it have the size on here? Or do I need to measure it? Yeah, I don't see. Let me measure. All right. They are just over 10 and just shy of 14 and a half. So we're gonna work on these. And again, I'm gonna work on this side so that the card stays showing. You like the bird carrying the mail? It's a pterodactyl. Yeah. So we're going to do that. And I do have some different collage things picked out here. I have a couple other collages that I've pulled out of some books, and I might repiece them together. Oh, and we did this little quick one guy one day. All right. So then before I get started on that, I'll show you some of the big ones. And y'all seen them before. All right, so these are the smallest of the big ones that I have. This one I did make a print out of. Now, this is my own painting here. So he's painted. This is all painted. There's a collage watch. Other than that, I think I painted everything else on this one. So, yeah. I did send this to Aunt Beck said, Dee Dee needs to do a bird in space. Well, she hadn't remembered or didn't see this one. So I sent her a print of this. So Aunt Beck got one of these. But I did give these out one time. And then these are older ones. These are actually back when I was on Ustream, but they're still some of my favorites. I have taken pictures of them, made a few prints of them. This is my peace sloth. And again, he's all hand painted. These flowers they probably started with a couple of little flowers and maybe this watch piece in the guitar, but everything else is really, this is a piece of collage here. Maybe that's a piece of collage. Everything else is painted. So that's my peace sloth. And then this one is the one that I use. Again, he's painted. This is the one I use for my header on YouTube and everywhere. This is one of my favorites. I love my lemurs. And so collage here, collage, and then he's all painted. That's collage. And then the rest is all painted. But I love me a lemur. This one was on a Digi magazine. And our Lisa Scott, who's since passed away, she's the one that named this one Space Odyssey. Space Odyssey. So this is Space Odyssey, and again, he's all painted in. So our Lisa named that one, and this is just a red panda. He's kind of like I don't know. I imagine him as a tattoo artist. And he's got his mech hand and everything. I don't know. I just imagine this is a tattoo red panda. And then this one, we did this one not too long ago. I didn't even sign and date this one, but this one was just maybe 6 months, 8 months ago. And what it is this was at the thrift store. It was a painting and print. It was a print of this ship. And the only thing really was in the painting was this ship. There was nothing else really going on. So I painted everything. I put everything else in it. So we got little astronauts working around this clipper ship in a time travel situation. So I just like altering this this old print. I didn't even see a signature on it, a date or nothing. It was in a frame. Took it out of the frame and we just altered it. So that's what we did with this one. Okay, so there's that size. Now they get bigger from here. And my camera is as high up as it'll go, so I'm just going to have to kind of like move it around. Okay, so then I have this square one, and it's not done. I don't know. I was just messing around. So, but I do like my little cherub there. So there's this one. I use some fractals, and so it's kind of cathedral-like, stained glass windows. That's what I'm kind of saw on that. And then this one, I signed it, but I'm not sure if I love it or if it was really as finished. But there's this one, and again, they're getting bigger. Let me see how big these are. This one is almost 18 by 22, I think. This is like 18 by 22. So lots. I try to have a lot going on. I like a lot going on. And a lot of times when I'm working on these on stream, it depends on how much time I have. you know, so sometimes some have more, and people like to see the details. They like to see me working on the little details, but that's the final touch. The gluing, the painting in, the back, you know, getting it all set up. That takes so much time that when I start a collage from scratch, like we're going to do today, when you start a collage from scratch, it takes time to do all that. So a lot of times we don't get to some of the little details. But yeah, there's that one. And then these are, oh, here's a smaller. This is another square one. This one was a print from Hobby Lobby of Big Ben. And so I did everything else except Big Ben. And I think, isn't Big Ben actually the bell in the clock? I think. Anyway, so I called this one the Time Wrangler. There's a little Japanese man wrangling time. And hello, anybody coming in that I've missed. So I really like this one too. Let me get another drink of lemon water. Okay, then these other ones now are, let me measure one. What did I do with my ruler? Didn't I just have it here? Oh, here. Okay, so these are really big. Let me measure it before I set it up there. This one is 20, about 21 by, maybe 22 by 30. So these are huge. So these are 22 by 30. So you can see how big they are. So I painted in the lemurs. The lemurs are all hand painted, but it's a circus of the stars. It's a constellation with a constellation with the acrobats there, and so there's the whole circus down here. And my lemurs, they're like Jack in the Box, you know, Jack in the Box. So, but I really like this one. And I just love my lemurs. I could paint a lemur every day. Well, not every day, but I love painting my lemurs. So there's that one. And then let's see. I have 3 or 4 here that are really not, I wouldn't say really finished maybe. I mean, I could still continue to add some stuff to them. But these are all like 22 by 30 again. So there's this one. I'm trying to get it all up under the, there we go. So I've got all whole worlds going on. Thank you, Debbie. That's that one. And then they're all on paper. And I just like working on paper because they're smooth. So when I was working on the one, I said, oh, well, I'll just go ahead and try doing, because I always paint on the boards. I don't collage on the boards. And I wasn't very happy with it. So anyway. All right, so I got a couple more here. And this one, some of these I've worked on camera. I mean, I've worked on stream making these. So just got a whole lot going on. Got a whole lot going on. But I love doing, I love space and time and, different worlds and dimensions. And I just like doing those. I mean, I do a lot of them, but that's what I like doing. So I do. Okay, so let's see here. I got a couple more. This one is not done, but I'm having fun with it. I have this little robot guy down here. So this one's kind of an undersea thing here going on. So it's not really all 100% finished, but I'm really liking it. With my the little 50s robot guy. Okay. And this one is also not done. You can see, look, see how it's not painted in yet? This is what they look like before they're painted in. They're pieces of collage that I put together, and I meld them. I meld them with paint. I'm trying to get, they're really big. It's taking my whole desk. So that one. I want my ruler. Then I got two more here that are, these two are done. This one, you can see something's happened to this world. There's a lot of broken up metal chemicals. So, like a city, a fallen city. So this one, this one's done. And then the other one that's done. And then I have I did pull out my Inktober from it wasn't last year, the year before, I think. What year was this Inktober? 2020. Okay, my bug poster. And then this one is the Garden of Eden. So again, it's big. This one's the Garden of Eden. If y'all don't know, well, it depends on what you believe. But that's where death entered the world, was in the Garden of Eden. So I made this little door here. So this is the Garden of Eden. And lots of detail. And the little door. So there's that one. And then again, the last one I'm just going to show you is the poster that I did for let me just stand up here so it don't get all bent up. So on 2020 Inktober, pick up this ruler. Oh, I do have one other thing to show. We'll see. I probably won't get to that. I'll maybe wait on until Wednesday. So I did an Inksectober. Thanks, guys. Inksectober. So what I did is every day for 31 days, and I'm going to be going into year 8 of Inktober. I think this year will be year 8, 7 or 8. I'll have to go back and count. I always forget that I've done Inktober every year and completed it, a drawing every day in October. And so this one was from 2020. What I did is I only showed every day for 31 days. I drew a bug. So like I drew this bug on one day. I drew this bug on another day and this bug on another day. So I drew one bug a day and only posted that one bug. However, in actuality, I was drawing all of them on one poster. So all these bugs were done one day at a time. And I didn't show anybody the big poster until day 31. And so this was, and the only bug that has color in it was the ladybug, and that was for my mom. But so yeah, I did a bug a day. It's all in ink. It's all ink. And then after I finish every bug, the back, and here comes the cat. Look. She crawled under the poster. Then I put like a big giant spider web and then inked the background. So yeah, so these were all done one day, one by one to do yeah, Inksectober, yeah. So yeah. This was a time consuming and challenging one. Plus only being able to, I only wanted to photograph the one bug a day. So I tried not to have them really overlap much because I wanted them photographed separately, right? So that was my last poster there. So there's just some of the collage and posters. And of course here is here's little the cloud Malibu. I know, cloud rolled in, right? She's gonna have to move though because I've got to do my collages. So anyway, thanks, Jill. Hi, Afro Sensible Sister, Riri. Anybody else? Okay, Pacola. Anybody else I missed coming in? Nanette, Devin. Thanks, Devin. Everybody popping in. She's just a purring. So I did put a bigger piece of craft paper down so I can not mess up my brand new mat, my new, cutting mat. If y'all missed it, I did make a couple of cuffs out of that same ribbon that I made the prayer scrolls out of, and they're just Velcroed, so you can just attach them like that. And I did stitch some little French knots, some little running stitch, and then this is just some ribbon down the middle there, and just a couple little Velcro spots to attach it. So I made them different. This one has green, and then this one has more pink. But yeah, so I made a couple of wristlets, some cuffs. Okay, so drink of lemon water. And I know, Malibu, I know you're so happy to be up here on Mama's desk. But you're going to have to move, baby. You're going to have to move. Oh, please, one with army green in it. Oh, my gosh. If y'all, I don't sell my my prayer scrolls and the pouches. I let people pay for shipping if they want to, but these I would sell because these are not, they're just some little, if y'all like them and you want to color something, I might sell these, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. I don't want to go into business making these. I don't want to make hundreds. I'll tell you that. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. So again, we got these giant playing cards, and I'm going to do all the collaging on this side because I want the cards to show, right? I want the cards to show. So Malibu, I guess you can sit here for a minute while I kind of pick some collages, but then when I start gluing, you've got to go. Yeah, I know, right, sister? Hi, Jane. Let's see. Cuff to the giveaway. They're too time consuming to do too many giveaways with the cuffs. I'm giving away the napkins, Oh, and then also we'll see how much time we have. Maybe we'll just make one of these today. But I do have we still have to do our reading out of our book. I don't know that we'll get to the 365 days, but if any of y'all went and looked at the community tab, I did post the picture of the colors and the initial mind map that we did of those colors. Well, I since did 1, 2, 3 other pages based on some ideas off of this. And then I started doing the mind map for the next color, and that's as far as I got. I did take 2 pages of notes. I watched the Hayao Miyazaki. Is that how you say his name? The studio, and some people say Ghibli, some say Ghibli. I looked it up, and I think they say Ghibli, but everybody seems to pronounce it Ghibli. But Studio Ghibli, a documentary on him that's about an hour and a half long. So while I was watching the documentary, I took my own notes, main points, and quotes. And this is how, if I watch a video and it's really, I want to learn something from it. So this was my hour and a half of notes that I took on that documentary. It's called The Mind of a Master. The Mind of a Master. If y'all want to watch the video on him, Spirited Away, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I took a bunch of notes off that documentary, and they're just in here because I had this handy when I was doing it. Okay, so we'll see about getting to that and this sometime today. All right, what time is it? We got time. Oh, good. You want to get down? Okay, baby, let's get on down. All right, so let's see here. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll work on 2 at once. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So to make a cup, I just asked for a little guidance when I go. They're not hard at all. I don't know if you were here at the very, very beginning. I showed how they're made. But if you have any questions, just ask. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to move all these other ones in the box off the table. These weren't expensive. I think they were $12 for the whole pack. But they were over in the 4th of July area. I don't know why. Don't know why they were over there, but that's where these were in my Hobby Lobby. So they're not over. They're just not. I don't know where you'd expect them to be, but that's where they were. That's where I found them when Denise and I were walking through. She goes, "Oh yeah, my Hobby Lobby has those too." Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I do have a couple other things I want to show, but probably not today. Sister woman Jonna had bought some of these magazines at a thrift store, and I said, that sounds so familiar. Well, I had bought this whole pack of them, and so maybe I'll show these on Wednesday. So I have a whole box. It came as a box, like a special edition. So anyway, maybe we'll show those on Wednesday. Okay, so let's get those back in there. And a couple other things. And again, I do have those paints coming, so we'll show those on Wednesday as well. Oh, Dee doesn't have a machine either. What machine? Oh, no, I don't own a sewing machine. These are not, everything's hand stitched. I don't own a machine. If you didn't, I don't know, you may not have been here, Ruth. Did you see my, I'll take a quick moment. I started making, y'all know I make these prayer pouches. This is my sample one because they're all given away. I don't have you. If you want to see a whole bunch of them, I have them on Facebook. I made a new folder for faith, and so I posted all my prayer pouches in there. But they're also scattered out through Instagram. So that's all hand sewn. I don't own a sewing machine, and so these are made out of ribbons. This ribbon right here is the same ribbon that I made these out of, just a different color. So I'm making these prayer scrolls where there's a little prayer, and you can, if someone needed a prayer, I put what I think is appropriate, or you can put your own prayer in there. You can switch it out. They come out, So I made this one, this one. And again, that's just little beads that I put in the centers of these little flowers. And then, so there's that. And then these are wider ribbons. These are wider ribbons and bigger scrolls. Let's get that to come through. There we go. These are some velvet ribbons, but they're all made in the same way. Except these I just added some hanging cords on. Same for this one. And these I showed how I talked about how I made them and everything on, I think, last week. So there's video on how I did all of it and showed them in detail. So yeah. All right, so let's see what we can make with some collages. I do have some odd different bits and stuff of here's a stair. And again, I'm just gonna kind of, I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan, but let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna, and if you tear if you tear your pieces rather than cut them, I know you can fussy cut certain things like, or use a sticker or something like the little astronauts or something. They're fussy cut out. But if you can tear the bulk of your collages that you're going to paint in, it will be easier to blend than than if you cut them. So, and again, I don't know where we're going. I'm just kind of sitting this, playing this out here. All right. If you have any questions, put yes. No wonder they're yeah, they are they are hand stitched. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tina. Okay. So I don't want to do two in maybe I should do them in the same colors, because if I do them in the same colors, then I can do them faster. If I have to do two different ones in two different colors, then they might be it's going to take longer to do, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do one in I love indigo and ochres and siennas, abandoned playing cards. Yeah. So let's see. If I did one in, do I want to do maybe one in a red? Let's see. And I use books, calendars. Everybody says, well, why don't you make a copy? I don't like to make copies of the stuff I use, because I don't want to I don't want to use it again. I'm just saying, I don't want to use it again. I think I might go this way with this. I want to do a whole nother thing. So this, I'm going to get in the zone for a minute. I'm going to be in my head for a minute, I'm sure. And you can turn things upside down, right side up. I don't know that I need all of this. Maybe I just need this. Kind of like that better. And so I don't make copies of my collage bits. I just use the originals. And there's so much, and I have tons and tons of stuff. It'd have to be something very special. Oh, well, I did do something kind of fun. Wait, where's my phone? I did do something kind of fun. Y'all know I also do Procreate. And I did take Hubster's great grandparents a photo. I think it's his double greats grandparents, and I did this I think it's on my iPad. Hang on, let me go grab my iPad. So I took one of their, and I've made photo albums, like complete photo albums of his whole family history, for all the family. I'll never do that again, but I've done it twice. I did a Christmas book for everybody in the family. Well, every family, not every person in the family, but like for his brother and his wife, I made them a book. For his mom, I made her a book, that kind of thing. So this was from one of the books. Here's the original picture. This is this is Hubster's great grandparents. He has I have lots of, my family goes back, but I don't have a lot of pictures. But this is his great grandparents. So I took it, I made it like a comic out of it. So let me show you. So I took it over to Procreate and played with it. And I turned it into like what just to test it out, just to play with it a little bit. So you can do so much digi fun. And so yeah, what and yeah, and then here is this is Hubster's mother. This is my mother-in-law when she was 4. So I've used her picture in a lot of artwork back, especially back when I was doing ATCs. I used her a lot. And then this is his mom when she was young, and his dad when he was young, when they got married. So yeah, I do have some good pictures of them. Anyway, I just like, yeah, Devin likes to procreate too. So, all right. So let's go back to this. I'm liking that right there. I don't know, really, I don't know. I haven't even pulled out any like focal point images yet. I'm just kind of playing around here. Let's see. Although I like these stairs, I don't know if I need any more background color. Do I want to put this in here just to have something to work with, maybe? Because there's a lot. This is a lot of real estate, right? This is a lot of real estate to work with. I don't know. Maybe I'll put this down here. Because I'm going to paint it all in after I glue everything down. All right, so there's that. Now let me look over here. I got this little piece here. Do I want that in here somewhere? Do I want that in here? Maybe. All right, so let's move this off the table. And let's see what else I pulled over here. I like these windows. It's kind of a church. But I just like the windows. Do I want this in here? I'm really liking it with this color better than this one. I just got to keep playing. I got to keep playing with them. That's not so big. Yeah, well, it's not as big as posters, And you just got to keep moving things around till you find what you like. This may not end up being anything like this by the time I'm done. But let's see what else. There's those little windows. I like this one too. Right there. Let's see. Hi there, Arlene. Anybody else I missed? Okay. I'll set that aside. This is so I might use it. And I'll go through, I try to kind of make some ideas kind of easy. These aren't, I want them to be kind of easy for you to, get the idea to do something like it for yourself. So, I'll pick out some of the stuff out of one of the collage books, like, what's her name? Catherine Anderson has her collage books, or that pink book with thousands of things to pick from. I might pick from that. Just to give y'all some ideas. Let's see. Do I want some space in some of this? Maybe. Do I want some nebulization? Maybe. At least to start. I'm going this way. And then like that. Don't need these little pieces. What is it? I hear you. You can't jump up here. I know you want up here. All right. I got to fill up this whole card. And all the white edges will get blended in with paint. Let's see what else. And then when I have pieces and I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to, I got some hundreds of pieces of collage fodder. All right, I'm liking this for a good start. I think this is a good start. All right, let's see. Anything else over here is catching my eye? And y'all know I love my watches, so I'm going to have to find some. I don't have to put watches. I just like the element of time. I won't always put it in, but, I do like my watches. There's another staircase. Do I like this staircase? Maybe I like this staircase. I already have some water running down it. I don't know that I like that on this one, but so I have this. Like that. With the black right there. That's very dramatic. I like that. Okay. And I already painted that water running down there. Okay. Don't have any no, gotta get down, baby. Sorry. All right, throw that away. Still got this little piece. I need to go down there. All right. See, it's building. It's building up. All right. So now let me get some watches here. Do I need some? Do I not need some? Oh, great. I just dropped them on the floor. I have a bunch of them cut. So let's just go through some here. And these I might fussy cut just because it's easier for me to kind of see where I want to lay them out. All right. And I'm not sure where I want it yet. Or, it's just one of those things that sometimes the watch and the direction of, if I do put any hands in, might be kind of last minute. I like that white spot right there, so I don't want to cover that up. Maybe it's kind of laying down here on the floor. It's kind of too bright. But maybe if I turn it that way, we'll see. I might change my mind on that particular watch. Oh, good grief. All right, let's see. And sometimes the arches themselves can be cool looking. All right, let me keep going here. Do I have something with more gold? This one's kind of cool for a half. Yeah, that's not big. Let's see. These are just some that I had cut that just fell out of the book. So I'm not even sure if I want to use any of these. I kind of want something a little bigger, a little more dramatic. So let's look for something else. I'm not quite sure I want anything like this big, but I do like that. I've already kind of set this. Let me just find, oh, this one. I like that one for this one. And this one needs something a little more orange. That one's too, let me just flip. Hang on. Maybe this one. I'm looking at color more than anything. Color and size. If you have any questions, put it in caps. I don't see any questions. This one's kind of a burgundy, but it's not very big. But I do like the color. Well, I don't, this is how I roll when I make collages. I really don't plan, so it's hard for me to, pick things ahead of time, and because I just roll with it. Oh, I like these now. I like this. Let's go with that. Down. And I do like this one. It's bigger for this. So I'm going to swap this out. This one. I'll cut it down here in a minute. Hello, everybody coming in. Okay, I'm going to roll with these. I'm not going to pick any more. All right, so let's pick all these up off the table, out of the way. There's 3 or 4 things I'll decide. You just gotta sometimes just say, okay, I'm not going to look anymore, because otherwise you'll never make a decision. You'll never decide what you're going to do. All right. Don't know where I want it yet, but I do know I want this. Probably at the bottom of the stairs. Probably at the bottom of the stairs. Something like this. And you can take a picture if you're afraid you're going to, forget where it is. Or you can, if you're using a piece of paper, or in this case, a card, and you just leave it on this and just get another card and just glue as you go and move things over. You can use a glue stick to kind of tack things together until you matte medium it down. But I'm kind of liking that for a start, although I think this needs to come down just a little. Like this has the Godfather in there. That'll be painted out. You know what I mean? That stuff will be painted out. All right, I like it that way. Names, brands, all that gets painted out. All right, so this one, I'm thinking this blue one. So let's go ahead and cut this blue one out. Hi, Michelle. Anybody else I missed coming in? We're just doing some collages on these giant playing cards. Okay, so do I like this one better? I'm not sure. I like kind of fits there, but let me just take a peek at what this looks like. It's more dramatic when they're big like that. I like it because it's blue. Maybe if I just move it down just a little, it's a little less intrusive. Maybe that. I like that. But I did like this one too. I'll use that in another one. And same thing for this one. This has got, this just looks like mechanicals. So I can probably still get away with it. But I don't know if I like this. Let me cut the silver away. I'm just talking out loud, guys. I hope it's not too, I hope it's interesting enough for you. I think this arch needs to be cut down. Oops. I like that. Okay. I think I have my base. This can just be painted in some stars and stuff. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, y'all still with the tour? Oh, thanks, Shelly. I will try to do a napkin giveaway. At least divide it up and give it, I'll peel them off later. I did this last batch that I did the giveaway. I did peel them down for you guys so I could get more in. And so while I was watching Janet, on last Monday, I just watched Janet and peeled down napkins. Okay, so there's a couple things. Now let me move all my extra stuff off the table here. So I have a little more room to work. This book up. All right, let's see if I let me get my let me get one of my the magazine one of these collage things to cut extraordinary things to cut out and collage. This is Maria Rivens, and I've got a lot of loose pages in here. Got all kinds of stuff stuck in here, so I kind of have to set it on my lap and flip. So I'm just going to kind of flip here for a minute and see if anything really catches my eye. Like you never know when you might want a turtle on something. Usually it's color. Usually it's color that's going to attract my attention. I like that underground sign though. But when you put something like this, when you put something like that, it makes it humorous. Like, let me set this down for a second. Then it starts making it humorous, like these here. So you kind of have to decide, do you want it to be funny and humorous like this, or this one's not so much humorous, but do you want it to be something like this, or do you just want it to be kind of an imaginative scene where you don't, there's nothing, no direct something on it. So, you have to kind of decide which way you want to go with it. Do you want it to be an imaginary just place, or do you want it to be, do you want it to be funny? So that's why when I say I like that underground sign, that would kind of change the whole vibe of it, Let's see, Leona. Who else am I missing? Zandra. Hi, Zandra. So I'm just flipping through a bunch of, focal images. I like this priest guy. If he wasn't yellow, because I'm very conscious of the colors. You can always add any kind of extra mechanical things. This might be good in there. I don't know. Dinosaurs, vintage people, vintage items, more signs. Let's see. Giant cat. So you got to kind of decide what you want. And I'm kind of just feeling the scene rather than something, too dramatic going on. But, something might pop out at me. I love this. See, now I'm seeing this orange. I'm seeing this this orange, and I'm seeing this guy. See, right here, I'm already thinking of the next collage. Let's put them in the front. All right. I do like this too, but I think I'll wait. I've already got pretty much a good background going. This is Rosalind Chapel. You'll know I love me some history. That might, if I cut it out, I don't know. I might have enough with the stairs. Okay, another piece of that yellow goes in the front. You like the kitty? I know. There's just so much. I mean, you just got to keep. I mean, I've already got a whole nother collage right up here in the front, made based out. See, the reason I like this is because of the red. Some more little buildings and arches that I've cut up and used before. Some more red. I might need some more red. We'll leave that to the side. Lots of doors and arches. These are Catherine Anderson's. Some more Catherine Anderson. That yellow that goes up the front with the monk. Just, you can change the vibe of this in a heartbeat. Adding one certain thing different, you can just change the whole thing with one different item. One item will change everything. So you just have to kind of decide or visualize it and to say, was that really where I want to go with it? But I am liking some extra mechanicals in this one, so. I'm really just trying to think of, some more like focal points. If I need any. I love that hand. This one. Hang on. I got to fussy cut something here. But don't be afraid to at least, cut it out and try it. If it's not going to work, then nothing's, glued down yet. And even if it was glued down, we could paint over it. At 11, if someone will remind me at 11, we'll do the napkin giveaway. We'll stop whatever we're doing around 11 and do the giveaway. Because I really do want to get rid of those napkins. Just saying. I got 5 bags of them. I'm trying to give them away a little every week. So, and thank y'all that have been telling me when you get them. And I think I like this and the water coming out of his hand here. The water, coming out of his hand and going down the stairs. Here's what I don't like about this. His hand's right directly in the middle. I don't like that. But I like that the fact that there's the opening here and the stairs on this side. So if I want him holding the water, it's, maybe I need to just move it down. Do you know what I mean? If I want the hand in there. I don't know. It's just a thought. Just a thought. All right. You know what? And you keep the outside of some watches for the arches and the portals. Love that. Not necessarily. But see, every time I look through my collage fodder, I'm already thinking of the next collage. Nothing glue point. Hi, Stephanie. How you doing? Stephanie worked on some art journals yesterday. I saw a little bit of it. Right now, I'm just working on some collage. Trying to see what else I might find in here. All right, so now I've got all so far I've gone through is my stuff that I've stuffed in the magazine. Now I'm into the magazine. I haven't even got to the magazine yet. Let's see. Oh, see, I love this for that monk. And this, I just love, I go by colors, guys. I pick a lot of my work by color. Look at just that. Look at that right there. I like this. Look at that. Oh, going in the front. That made it to the front of the book. That made it to the front. So again, I could add cars and boats and food and, animals. There's just so much buildings that you could add if you want it to be humorous or not, I kind of like this little guy. That's going to make it very, I'll just cut him out just kind of get him out of the page in case I decide. I like him though. I like him because he's black and white. But let's see. Hang on. I like him. He could be coming out of the... Again, my problem with this one is because I put that black opening is so centered. I don't like things centered. But, that's why I'm kind of trying to move these stairs off to the side a little bit. But I'm not sure if I want to add, a character, some kind of animal or character in here. I'll just leave it out here. All right. But he caught my eye. So that's why he caught my eye. Just so little pieces. Maybe we should roll with something in here, in there. All right. I think I'll stop. I can always add, an animal or an item. I can always add an item in here at any time. All right. So I'm thinking I might want this behind here, though. Let's see. All right. I'm liking this. I think we're going to start gluing. Hi, Rachel. I was thinking about you earlier with my ASMR lemon water. I hope you're on the mend. All right. So I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to get out something to put. This is dry paint, so it doesn't really matter. This one I think had matte medium on it. So to pour out some matte medium, I'm going to get a glue brush. And some matte medium. Where did I move my matte medium to? Did I didn't run out of that jar? I don't think. Hang on now. I got to find my matte medium. Where did I put it? Oh, it's up there. I have to open up. Hang on. I got to climb up in my chair to the shelf to get out a new jar. Janet gave me 2 jars for my birthday in February. All right. I don't really want my foot to be in camera, but I'm going to have to. Janet gave me 2 jars for my birthday. And I usually go through 2 jars a year, sometimes more if I'm really, really going hard on the collages. But so I have to bust open a new one, Janet. Busting open a new golden matte medium. This is my collage glue. that I use. And then, of course, after everything's glued down, I do put a coat of varnish on it and varnish it to make it gloss. But this is matte. So I got to open a new jar. Oh, good grief. Let me put these. There we go. All right. So I'm going to open up a new one. So brand new. I'm going to take off the thing here. And I do put, and I always tell y'all to put let me get a baggie. After you pour some out or whatever you do, you put a baggie over the top and then put your jar lid so that you don't glue your lid to the, I'm trying to hide them and block them as much as I can. So some of them I am able to, some of them I'm not, because I'm not on YouTube. So that one I can't get rid of. So anyway, that way you don't glue it to it. Y'all just have to ignore some of the bots, guys. That's what they're here. They want attention. All right. So now I am going to pour out, and my brush is a glue brush. These are the only brushes I leave in water, are the glue brushes. And that's just so that I can, they don't go all, all hard. All right, so I'm going to pour out a little bit in this tray. This is all dried up, and I'm not going to do it right over this. I'm going to pour some out over here. Okay, so then let's get off the excess off the lid, and then I'm going to put this back together. You don't want this stuff to dry out. All right, let's set that to the side, and if I need more, I'll get more out. All right, so I have my glue ready, but what I want to do first is I can do a couple things. I can start on another card and just kind of transfer these over as I go, or I can just take a glue stick, which is what I usually do. If y'all weren't here, this is how I would be doing it. But now I got to find a glue stick. There's a little mini Yoo-hoo glue. I just got all kinds. All right, I'm trying to do my best to keep them out. All right, so I'm going to just kind of tack it all together, right? Tack it all together. Let's do one at a time. Let's move that one to the side here a little bit. Let's do this one. So I'm going to just kind of, readjust because I've been, messing with it and playing with it. And I'm just going to kind of readjust how I want everything here. I think I want this. I'm going to cut this down a little here. On top of the stickers. That's going to be behind. All right. Kind of like that. With this. Take your time, take a minute to get it just kind of how you think you're going to, because, paint's going on this. There'll be painting, but this kind of looks like a little temple, stairs, time. The bottom here's got some more time or some kind of just mechanicals. So I'm liking this. Move this up just a little. All right, so I think this is pretty close to how I want it. Now, I haven't actually glued anything down yet, so what I'm going to do, bye, Devin, is just take my glue stick and kind of tack things together. And I don't know it doesn't matter where you really start, but you just want to, okay, this glue is going to be a little thick right there at the beginning, taking off that. Sometimes I'll do this, or sometimes I'll just start gluing. But I'm trying to give y'all some help in if you do yours. So this is how you can do it. Or you can take a picture. You can just take a picture of it. I'm just tacking it enough to hold it together until I start matte medium. Okay. I'm not attaching it to the card. I'm just attaching these pieces to each other. So that I can move the whole thing. All right, let's see what's left here. That. This. Just kind of give you an idea of how you can start it. All right. I'll still with the tour. Got a wad of glue on this one. Let me get, oh, and baby wipes. I'm always going to need baby wipes. All right. So I think I've got this pretty well together. See how it's all together? So I can kind of move the whole thing. All right. If there's anything you want to straighten out, you can do that now. All right, so that one's good. Still clutching. All right, so I'm just going to kind of set this one aside and go ahead and do the same with this one. So again, I'm going to kind of move things around. Okay, and this down here. And this little piece here. Okay, and I'll trim off all the edges. After I glue everything down, I'll trim it. Okay, so now what I was thinking is, do I like some of this arch in here? I'm going to just cut this out of the middle and see if I like this better over here. You see, this is still a whole nother world right there. Look. See, this is a whole nother world. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I'll set that aside. Let's see here. Let me trim this down just a little more. And decide if I want this over on this one. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so now these little neck pieces, I kind of wanted a couple more mechanicals. And I wouldn't mind them in either. All right, let's, I'm just going to kind of, it's not going to, oh, this is not going to show if I tuck it in. So let's just get rid of some of the excess there. I like that. This is blending into this one. I like that bit there. And again, you can trim the edges later. Okay, maybe a little bit of this. Nope, that's not dark enough. Let's see. Because it has blue in it. That's why I like that. I might just leave that. All right. I'm just talking out loud. I hope it's I hope you are still with me here. Okay. I do like that. I'm going to wait on this a second. All right, so let's go ahead and start gluing. Let's see. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. All right. All right. Okay, Tina. All right, so now I got my glue, my matte medium here, and I need a card to scrape. Any kind of Amazon, any kind of card that's going to scrape for you. All right. All right, so now I'm just going to start doing a little at a time. I think I will take my cuff off, though, so I'm not getting it in the matte medium. Okay. All right, so let's... So what I'll start doing, I think I'll just move the whole thing for a minute and just get me a base. All right. So I'm going to put down a whole base of glue here. Golden matte medium. Because this is all in one piece or pretty close to. Get that down. Okay, now while it's all still wet, I'm going to start going up under every piece. And I'm going to add a lot of glue up, under, over. I'm going to add quite a bit. Try to get it on both the top part and the bottom part. And just keep working. And again, you could do this piece by piece if you want. Just take a picture and do it piece by piece. Just depends on how many pieces you got and what you feel like, how messy you want to get. But you want to add a lot because when I start scraping it, the excess will come out, but everything will be nice and flat. You have to have a lot of matte medium up, down, around to make it really stay flat. So it just depends on what's easier for you. I do it both ways, depending on how much time I have, how much time I want to take. All right, so now it's really coated really well. Now I'm going to take my card and start in the middle and just start working my way out and getting everything mashed down. You're going to pick up a lot of extra. Just kind of wipe that off and just keep mashing everything down. Is this helpful to anybody? Does everybody see me do enough collages that's like, and this is just so redundant? Hi, Kirian Dunning. Welcome. I don't know if this is like really helpful to anybody that's new to collage. Now I can tell right there I missed a little bit underneath. I could have put a little bit more there. Okay, let me look at it and see if there's any wrinkles or bubbles. It's a couple right there. I'm going to try to... You also have to be aware, depending on what kind... Oh, thank you, Sharon, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Well, I clicked on it. Why isn't it clicking? There it goes. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you so much, Sharon. Oh, thank you, Leona. Thanks, guys. I didn't know if you, yeah, thank you, Janet. And Janet, what are you doing today on your show? Janet comes on at 1. When you are mashing down, book pages and like that book of collage fodder that's made for collage, that kind of stuff is usually pretty good about being scraped on. If you try to scrape on a fashion magazine, I can tell you one scrape on a fashion magazine and you're probably going to take the ink right off. So you have to be careful or coat it better before you start scraping. You just have to be aware. Some things are you're going to scrape the ink right off the image. All right, so now I'm just kind of making sure everything is mashed down. Now, it's relaxing, Laverne. Okay. I know there's some people that do different things that it's just so relaxing. It's just chill. Okay, Pacola. Hi, Ashley. Did I say hi to you? Yeah, I said hi to you, Julie, earlier. I just hadn't seen you say anything for a minute. And Rachel, I didn't see how you're feeling. I hope you're doing better. All right, now I'm going to move this off here and dry this real quick, and then we'll do the second one. Let me pick this up and kind of move it to the side a little bit so I'm not going to blow that all over the place. You don't have any clue? Has anybody got any suggestions for Janet? Depends on how you feel. I'm always up for your watercolors, Janet, but or maybe you could talk about, I don't know if you feel like getting them all out, but I'd love to see you talk about the different, maybe do a few swatches of the different kinds of watercolor you have and talk about the pros and cons of them. That may be too much work to get out. I don't know. And also, I'm going to dry on the back. That'll help flatten it out too. Becky's always saying all about the Zentangles. She's been doing quite a few herself. Zentangles and Zendoodles. It doesn't have to be 100% dry before we start painting, but I want it enough to stick. I'm just kind of feeling if there's any wrinkles or anything I can mash down. It's pretty flat, but you never know. It does. There's a little piece of paper there. Okay. So I'm just really trying to get it nice and mashed down. And again, now I'll just flip it over. And if there's anything hanging over the edge, I'll trim that down real quick. I think that's it. Oh, it might be a little bit right here. Because we're going to go into with paint here in just a minute. All right. And maybe add, some creature or something that we want to make it more personal, if you will. All right. So we're going to set this one aside now. We're going to do the same thing. I'm working on 2 at a time. We have probably just enough time to glue this one down. Then we'll do our napkin journal giveaway. All right. So again, here we go. Let's make sure there's no blobs of glue there. That's going to make it bumpy. I might have to pour me out some more. That medium. And you want it pretty thick because you're going to mash out the excess. But this way it'll get in all the little crevices and everything. And it is best, really, ideally, it's best if each piece is glued on the back, and on each individual piece. So in other words, I should probably turn this over. And let's go ahead and just go ahead and put a coat of glue all over the back. And maybe a few up underneath where we can. Then we'll do that again once we glue it, once we set it down. But you want as much as you can everywhere. So we're going to do this. And now we're going to turn this over onto here. I want that door, to be, I don't want it leaning. So I think that looks pretty good. Janet would be getting out a ruler. Okay. And now I'm going to start going over everything here. And I might have just enough in my little tray here. Okay. Now I'll take my card. A little bright there. Let me turn down the brightness. And thanks, lurkers, for being here. If you ever want to try napkin journaling, or you use decorative napkins to work in an art journal, I'm getting ready to do a giveaway. You just have to be willing to give me your address, which I do not share with anybody, not even with the fellow mods, but I have to know where to mail your winnings if you win. And I do international and US. Oops, let's fix that right there. With the napkins, because I'm trying to get rid of them all. It's probably going to take me the rest of the year. Oh, no, that's good, Janet. Shameless plug away. I don't mind people that are, I don't like people coming in here just to share their, channels. But, if you're a regular fib here, you're more than welcome to talk about what's going on your channel and share it. You can't put it, only mods can put a direct link, but they'll be happy to look something up for you. Most of them. Depending on Janet's mood. I'm just kidding. We tease each other all the time. All right, so there we go. All right, so right now, I am done with the brush. So I'm going to put this in the back in the water before it hardens. Like I said, those are the only, and I had some more baby wipes. Here we go. Those are the only brushes I keep in water, are my glue brushes. And it is hard to get that stuff off. I'm not going to lie. Matte medium is very hard to get off. I usually have to take I have a craft scrubby, which I don't even know if they make those anymore, and a fingernail polish remover to get it off, which that's just the way, that's just the way of it. So I'm just trying to get as much off as I can with my baby wipe while it's still kind of wet. All right. I have an old towel here to dry. Get some more of the crusty bits off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and I'll trim down the edges. I'm going to move this over. I usually just get rid of the extra cards like this because they get really crusty, and I have so many Amazon cards. That's the only way I shop at Amazon. I only buy the gift cards for myself and load them on my Amazon account. I don't use credit cards or anything else, and that's just the best way for me to do it. Again, I'm kind of going to feel around, see if there's any wrinkles. I don't really feel any in this one. And it is, I'm going to look peely because that's what the matte medium does. Turn it over. This helps flatten it. All right, so let me trim this. Let me go wash my hands a little bit with the craft scrubby. And then, because I'm trying to handle napkins with all this peely, it's going to be a little, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go get some craft scrubby and get some of this peely bits off. And then we'll come back and do a napkin giveaway. And then we'll see how much time we have. Still got another hour, a little over an hour, to paint on these. And then, maybe read out of Rachel's book for our inspiration. Okay, so these two, I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, wait, let me get this other palette for the paint. Let's put some of these other little bits away, out of my way. Okay, the only thing I've left out is this little monkey, which I don't even know if I'm going to use him yet. But all right, so let me go craft scrubby my hands for a minute. Just kind of flatten these out a little bit. And we'll start painting. Then we'll do the napkin giveaway. Then we'll paint on these. Okay, let me move the matte medium out of the way. If I glue anything else on, like that little monkey or anything, I'll just glue them on with some tacky glue. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, for those of y'all who don't know what a craft scrubby is, it looks like this. I don't even know. They were made by Ranger. I don't even know if they make them anymore. It's kind of like a pumice stone. It's light as a feather, but this will take the matte medium off your hands. You can see I didn't even finish drying my hands. Okay, let's take my little towel here and dry my hands. I got most of it off. I didn't get all of it off. It takes a minute. It does take a minute to get that off. I should probably get some fingernail polish remover on them, but I'll do that after a while. So I think they're pretty good for handling napkins. All right, so I'm going to set these aside for a minute. We're going to dig out the napkins, and how we work this is a couple envelopes for international. One for US. I use the bigger ones. All right, so this is what we do. Post-it note. Okay, so I use one of these, and Julie got hers. She won a week or two ago. What I do is I just fold one of these in half, and I have been peeling the backs off the napkins so that I can give you more. So I've been giving, let's see, what am I, 30 for US and 15 each for international. Because if I peel off the backs, I can get twice as many. So we do two different giveaways. So US, and these are international. Okay. And we do two separate giveaways. So I do the international as one giveaway, and I do US only as another giveaway. I'm still trying to get off bits. All right. So let me get my bag. One of my bags. I got tons of bags. I think this is the Christmas one. I'm trying to avoid the Christmas one. Although there is this stack of these. There's a lot of Christmas in this one. I'm trying to pull out some that are not Christmas. Christmas and holiday. There's Christmas and holiday in this bag. So let me move to them. I'll wait for Christmas for that one. All right. So let's see what we got in here. All right. So here we go. All right, so give me a minute. I do this on camera because I think people like to see the napkins. Maybe yeah. When I get wait till I type in go, and when I type in go, we're going to do one number only. We'll do these separate. We're going to do 2 separate giveaways. All right, but let me go ahead and divide them up. So let's do silver napkins. That one's kind of thick. I'll do that USA. Okay, so we got some peacocks. Okay, so that's 2. And I'll recount them. But just so you can kind of see the napkins. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people don't care to see them. But so let me get into another bag here. And I got a lot of these checkers. So we'll give everybody a checker. This has some Christmas in it too. I'm trying to avoid the Christmas so I'm pulling all the Christmas here to the side to wait for the holidays before I do that. So but yeah, I've made so many napkin journals. And that's a Christmas. This one's Easter, but there's a couple of, there's some minions. I've done so many napkin journals. And again, I'll save the holiday ones. I already gave one of those. This. Some of these little ones. I got to count now in just a minute. All right, let's see how many I've got in the international. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13, 14. Okay, so we can do 14. If I peel off the backs, I should be okay. So there's one there. Let's see what's in this stack here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not looking at chat for a minute, guys. Oop, 2 of those. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 2 more on this one. 13 and I already did one of those. Let me dig in here. Here's a Paris one. 14. Okay, so there's 14 there. All right, so I probably have about 15. I can get another 10 or so in here. So let's see. 1. Back in the bag. Okay. No turkeys. No turkeys yet. 6, 7. No Santas. 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there we go. And I'll peel off the backs, which does take me a minute, but I do it while I'm watching Janet. And peel off the back so I can send more. But, you know, look, I've already got this bag whittled down to half. I've got 2 half bags now and 3 full bags. One of them is almost all Christmas and holidays. So we still have lots to give away. I still have like 4 bags like this. All right. I just keep them over here in the corner, and I try to remember every Monday to do a giveaway. All right, so let me stack. And so I do one US big pack and two smaller packs for international. Okay, so when I'm going to bring up random.org in just a minute. And when I type in go, put in one number only. This will do US first. First person closest without going over will get this stack of napkins. We're going to do US first, and then we'll do the first two people closest in a minute. Separate. International is going to be separate. So if you're international, don't do it yet. Don't play yet. All right, let me get up random.org. Random. Not tandem, random. Okay. All right, so random.org, and we're going to put in a number here in a minute. Put in one number between one, oh, thanks, Tina. One number between 1 and 100, USA only. When I type in go, one number only. Wait till I type in go. Let me get on my line here. Okay, US only. One number. Elisa or Lessa, put your number in again. You put it too quick. Put it in again, Elisa. Put your number in again. Or somebody else put your number. Put a different number, Elisa, but you jumped the gun. So we have to follow the rules because otherwise it goes crazy and we're hurting cats. So put your number in again, Elisa. Okay. This is USA only. First person closest without going over. I will peel all the backs off of these napkins and send them to you. And hopefully you will do something with them and make something cool in your art journal. I'll show you. I'll do a quick little look at my one of my napkin journals just so y'all can see what we're doing with them if you have never done one. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't dilly-dally. Don't dawdle. Don't lollygag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last call. Okay. First person, US only. First person closest to 64 without going over. 64 without going over. Okay. And then we'll do the two internationals. All right. Let me scroll back as well. Okay, I see Mama 4 has 62. Let's see, Lona has 63. Did anybody get 64 on the nose? Otherwise, it looks like it's Leona. No, not Leona. Lona, where is it? Lana. Lana like Donna. Lana, I think Lana got it with 63. Am I right? Okay. So Lana, I don't know that I've ever sent you anything. So send me your address. Let me give you my email. Here is, yeah, Lana like Donna. Here's my email. There you go. Okay. So congratulations. Thank you. So there we go. There's the USA winner. All right. So I'm going to put this to the side until Janet's stream when I have to take the backs off of them. All right. Now we're going to do two at the same time, two internationals. Okay, these are international only. Well, let me just flip that back over. International only. We do two at a time. Okay. First two people. Wait till I type in go. Wait till I type in go. When I type in go, international only. The first two people closest to the new number we draw, to the new number. The first two people closest without going over. Let me get on my chat line there. Okay. Bye, Z. Anybody else coming and going? Thanks for coming in. If y'all don't watch Scraps to Beauty by Xandra, you need to go subscribe to her channel. She streams usually on Sunday afternoons about 4:30. So she does a lot of, she's been doing mermaids. She's been doing mermaids and well, faces. I think she's doing girl faces, but maybe some of them, the ones I've seen, are mermaids. So on like Instagram and Facebook. All right, get your numbers. I'm gonna count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, new number. This was the US number. Now here we're going to go. The first two people closest to 3. If everybody went over 3, then we'll just draw a new number. Did everybody go over 3? Did anybody get 1 or 2 or 3? Let me scroll. I don't see any 1s, 2s, or 3s. So we're going to pick another number. Okay. All right, we're going to pick another number. Here we go. 68. The first 2 people closest to 68. First 2 people closest to 68 without going over. So let's see here. We got a 43 from Michelle Grizzly. So it looks like Michelle Grizzly is 1. And she had, what did I say she had? She had 43. So Michelle had 43. Okay, so who's the next closest without going over? Who's the next closest? 29. Who had 29? Let's see who had 29. Tracy. Tracy Lukowski. Tracy had 29. So Tracy, Tracy, I'm pretty sure I have your address. Oh, it's LESKOSKY. So Tracy, I have your address. Michelle, I don't think I have yours. So here's my email again. Let me get back. Oh, what is this? Let me get down here. New comments. Okay, so here's my email again, Michelle. So send me your address, and let's get rid of the bot again. Okay, so Michelle and Tracy, congratulations on some napkins. And let me show y'all real quick in case you don't know what a napkin journal is. What you can do. So this is my first, well, no, it's my second. Actually, I have another one that's like a big 12 by 12 one. Not sure where that is right now to show you. But anyway, so this one is, what I do is I just glue napkins down. Let me find the page where they're just glued and like this. Okay, so you glue the napkins down. And then you can, I use color book pages that I colored. Mostly, hang on, what's her name again? I always forget her name. I don't know why I have such a hard time remembering her name. These color that I get these color book girls out of. Someone help me out on the name of her. And then you, so these are all napkins in the background. And then I use different color book or any kind of images. You could do just collage. You don't have to do color book images. And you glue them in. And then you can paint in the background. So that's what these are. So this is kind of what it starts with. And here's a couple of the same. Oh, what is her name? I got to look over here at her book, unless somebody tells me right off. So then you can either glue color book pages that you've colored. Make sure you color them separately. Don't glue them in and then color them, because you're going to be picking up the texture of the napkin. So color them and then cut them out and then glue them in, right? Juliet Crane, thank you. I love her stuff, and every single time I can't think of her name. I just need to, you know what? I'm going to go back here in the back. Final appointment. I think it's Juliet. I'm not sure if that's how you spell it. Juliet Crane. Okay, so thank you, Julie. Other Julie Topaz. I did write it down, Pacola, in the back of the book. So again, you start like just gluing down the napkins. And again, I'm peeling them off for you so that they should have both backs. Sometimes napkins have two paper backs on the back of them. So I'm already going to peel those off for you so they're ready to glue. And then you can add your own collage or your color book images and then glue them in. And then with acrylic paint, I just paint them in. Just paint them in, kind of like I'm getting ready to do with these. I paint them in and blend them in. I do use matte medium to glue down the napkins. I do use matte medium, Tracy, to glue these napkins down. Yes. Like, let me show it here. Like here. This is glued down with matte medium. So it's glued down. One of the things I love about golden matte medium, guys, it doesn't stick your pages. A lot of different things will stick your pages together. Golden matte medium will not, as long as it's dry. Same thing for my Americana matte craft paint. It will not stick your pages as long as it's completely dry before you close it, right? And then, so there's napkins, and then Juliet Crane images, and then paint. Okay, so let me flip through a couple other ones. This one's just another random color book page. Did a Halloween one. Juliet Crane, just other butterfly images. All the hydrangeas. Oh, no, it's not hydrangeas. I don't know. Yeah, it's hydrangeas. That's all a napkin. Okay. Use a regular book. Yeah, you can. This is like a shiny, but once you put matte medium on, it's no longer shiny. It makes everything matte. But yeah, you could use a sketchbook. You know, I wouldn't use like I would not use a fashion magazine thin. Fashion magazines are great for cutting out some of the girls and using them and stuff, but as a base, fashion magazines are so thin. And I do not glue in any of my books. None of my books do I glue two pages together. Not even when I'm using a composition book. You could use a composition book, although that paper is pretty thin. You got to work a little bit more at getting it smoothed down so it doesn't wrinkle. But if you use any kind of like mixed media paper or mixed media journal that has, a little bit thicker paper, you're better off. If you've never done this before, it's better if you have a little bit thicker paper. Okay. So, and here's just a napkin. I've not done anything with this yet. Same thing for this. So I just glue some napkins down. And then I find some images like this, another Juliet Crane. These are napkins here. And there's a different napkin here and another napkin here. And then after it's all glued down, then I paint. I paint in. Okay. Now golden matte medium, it's a liquid. So if you do your color book pages, say with watercolor or neocolor water, anything that's water that can reactivate, you don't want to use matte medium over that because you're going to smear it. Unless you spray it first with a fixative or something, you can't just slop on matte medium on top of water-based materials because it'll smear. So I usually just glue these girls down with some tacky glue. I just glue them down with tacky glue. And then I go in and paint on top. I have videos on all these guys. If you want to see me do napkin journaling or mixed media or, there's videos there. There's videos. Go back. Bye, Arlene. These are Jane Davenport napkins. Here's a little elf from a different color book. And again, don't cut them out and glue them down and then pencil color him because you're going to pick up texture from the napkins. Color them and cut them out separately and then glue him on top. And then you can paint things in. These sunflowers are all napkins. So you see what you can do, Jane Davenport girls, I think, Juliet Crane, chicken napkins, And then all this is paint, just craft paint, just craft paint. That one, this one, Juliet Crane. And just find images you like. Doesn't have to be color book pages. It can be just collage images, right? It can be whatever you want. So, okay. So that's a napkin journal. Now let's go back to our giant oversized cards and do a little bit of painting for about 45 minutes. Let's see how far we can get. All right, so I'm going to start with, I guess I'll start with the blue one. And I just kind of go by the colors that are here. I always need black and white. And usually I have a bucket of stars. And this is why you, if you have, you're painting something, this is why you want to have for another project, and we did some of these last week, you want to have some kind of a desk journal where you can throw the excess paint. When you have leftover paints, you can scrape it in a journal like this, leftover collage. And I'm not going to talk about this right now because I talked about this a lot last week. So if you missed that, go back and look at those. You can make your own little desk journals. Okay, so I need white, some black, and I'm going to have to get me some more baby wipes. I got a couple here, but I go through those. Baby wipes are your best friend. I use the Huggies Natural with no soap. Don't get the kind that have the soap in it and you're doing this and it's almost bubbling up. I just use the Huggies Natural. There's nothing in them, and they're just great. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to need some blue, some grayish blue or purpley blue. Let's get a couple different ones. Let's see. Maybe these two. And then kind of maybe a rust red. And the thing about, and I like doing things with these craft paints because they're so inexpensive. Now I will definitely have to be getting another baby wipe because I'm using this one to clean off the dropped in paint. Everybody can afford them because they're inexpensive. These they go on sale a lot at Hobby Lobby and Joann's and wherever else. All right, so and always shake them up though because they can separate if they've sat for a while. So I'm gonna do a little bit of blue, a little bit of what's this, Blue Harbor. It's kind of like a slate blue. I love those two colors. I really want a sienna. Let's see. This is deep burgundy. I don't really want burgundy. I want sienna. I want the brown. Whoops. I want the brown. Let me put those back up there. Red color. Oh, jeez. All right, so there's those, and maybe a little yellow ochre. This butterscotch, I might want antique gold, which is really not gold. You really want to use metallics unless it has an accent, especially if you use pencil, because pencil will not go on top of metallic. Okay. All right. So let me get a couple brushes, but I'm going to start with my fingers. So I just got a couple of brushes here. Always wet your brushes before you dip them in paint. Okay. All right. So, hello, Keeper. Yes, we know they're here. We know. We're doing our best to block them. So, let's see. Who else am I missed? Anybody else coming in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. So, I'm going to start with finger painting. Let's move my phone out of the way. And I do have some craft paper on top of my new cutting mat so I don't ruin that like I have many others. All right. Oh, thank you. And hi, Colleen. Colleen, did you see my little cuffs that I made earlier? I made these little cuffs and did a little stitching on them. Showed them at the beginning. Okay, I took them off though because, paint. Do you want me to put something in the subject line? What do you mean? Do I want to put something in the subject? I don't know. Don't type. You mean your address or something, Michelle? No, email me. Email me your address. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. No, email me your address. Do not post your addresses in the subject line. Yes, Pacola, I think I told her. I think I told Colleen that I ordered that paint. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, it does kind of warp a little bit, not too much. It doesn't wrinkle on the back. And, these are those giant cards. We got 2 of them that we're going to do. So I'm just going to kind of flatten them out a little bit, just kind of roll them out. They flatten out pretty good. All right. So let's see what we're going to do here. So I'm going to start with some black. And again, it's going to get on here, but I'm going to try not to get too much on this side. So I'll try to be a little careful. I'll lift it up and kind of clean the edges because I am going to go right off the edge. And I don't really want to get it on the card itself. So let me just go ahead and go all the way around the edge, and then I'll kind of clean it up. And the other thing about Golden Matte Medium is the whole thing is coated with matte medium. So I can remove any paint I want because it's the Golden Matte Medium resists the paint while it's wet. So you can, that's one of the other things about it. And all these white lines, I'm trying not to get it on the card. I could flip it over and clean it if I'm quick. So all the white torn edges, I'm just going to kind of just get rid of that as much as possible. And let's just keep going down the edge here. And then I'll dry it. Let me just do the edges and then I'll dry it. And then, so I'm not worried about, I'm usually not worried about getting anything on the front anyway. But in this case, because I don't want to mess up the card on the front, I will be a little more, let me just go around all the edges here with the black pen. Now you can't see here at the bottom. I'm just going all the way around the edges. Okay, so like that. Let's see how I'm doing. I got a little bit on there. So let me come over here to this side where it's dry. Take baby wipe and let's wipe off the excess. Let me get a clean baby wipe. I'm going to clean off the back of the card where it's kind of went on the back. Like I said, I usually don't care what's going on the back of my pieces, but because this is a giant card that we're trying to maintain. All right, now let me hit it with a heat gun, all this area. Oh, wait, let me smear this a little bit. Hang on. Before it dries, I want to smear this. Hang on. Let me. No, I can't set it back down in there. Hang on. I'm going to smear some of these edges so it's not a harsh edge. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's dry this. If it was just me by myself, I could just move things over away from the wet paint. But then, if I do that, you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm drying it. Otherwise, I would have just moved over. Thank you, Jane, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Don't follow Jane. Jane does a lot of vintage jewelry. Let me click on her. Jane does a lot of vintage. Let me get some more baby wipes. She does a lot of vintage jewelry finds, and she does do art journaling too. But both, if you like either or, then Jane has a lot. I don't know. I think Jane's the only person I know on YouTube. I mean, there's tons of people that do it, but that I know of the fibs that does vintage jewelry. Keisha sells some, at her auction marketplace. But Jane does go out and shop and purchase lots of vintage jewelry. Okay, so clean that up. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. And thank you, Tina, for acknowledging. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's come back now that that's dry. How am I doing on the back? There's a little bit right there. This is shiny, so it is, it's letting me wipe it off a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to come back in here. And again, with my fingers, I just want to get a couple little pieces, edges here that I kind of wiped off. And kind of blend it in down here a little bit. So now it's all a matter of blending my collage and making it a cohesive world. So, usually I'll have stars and outer space and things like that. So it usually does have a lot of black because I do outer space. All right, so let's make sure this is. Oh, let me dry it again, guys. Okay, go through a lot of baby wipes when you do this. Okay, so let's come back. Now I want to add in, first I want to get rid of some of the torn edges if I have, missed any, and start blending things. And I'll put some, mist or stars and just start blending things in. And I still use my finger, but I'm, being a little bit more particular where I'm putting things, keeping a baby wipe handy. So just going to kind of start blending in. And then you can just start looking at things and seeing where do I want to put what, or do I want to add some more little things like, where's that little monkey? Did I lose my little monkey? I had that little monkey. Here it is. Or if I want to cut something else out and add it in. So, and you can still blend things in with the baby wipe, remove paint. Let's see. Do I want to? I want to knock that back a little. Let's put some gray. Let's make that some gray in here. Just to get rid, I just kind of really want to get rid of some of the edges. And at the same time, I'm thinking, do I want some clouds? Do I want some, maybe I want some mist coming through that window. Let's put a little bit of that. Let's get rid of some of this. Make it a little textury. I like blending things with my fingers because it just blends easier. Let's put some more gray. Let's make this come off the page. Don't know what this is going to be yet. That's too much. I want to get rid of that. Let's almost make this a moon, maybe. Maybe make that a moon in there, like. Maybe I want another something going on over here. And this is my favorite part, is doing all these little details. But, it takes some time, and you just got to keep fiddling and playing and just imagining what else you could put in here. All right, so right now I just kind of want a couple of those. Let's move this in a little, and maybe a little bit of blue. Maybe a little darker blue too. And you can also scrape in paint. Right now I'm kind of blending this in, but I'll show you I'll do some scraping down here just so you can see scraping with a palette knife. And now maybe I want a little bit of the brown up in here. Maybe something kind of, maybe these are kind of moving. Some of those could be moving. So you're changing everything essentially. You know, nothing's really going to stay too much the same. Do y'all have any questions or anything? And maybe a little more brown down here. Because maybe this cloud, maybe this is kind of, that's too much paint. There we go. And maybe that's got a little bit of, and then I'm going to need a bucket of stars. I don't need it yet, but I do want to kind of show you what that'll look like because, you know, we're moving, you know, we've got about 30 minutes. I don't even know if we're going to get to the second one. Let's see. Oh, it's too yellow. Let's put that blue back. There we go. All right. All right, something like that. So I don't even know where Dee Dee got her giant playing cards. I got them at Hobby Lobby, Colleen. Hobby Lobby. All right, so now let me get my smaller brush here. I can zoom y'all in, but then I'm having to do this a lot. It's up to you guys. Is this better or do you want me to zoom in? Because I can zoom in, but then I have to keep moving the piece. So sometimes that bothers people, but it's up to y'all. What do y'all want me? Want me to zoom in? I can't getting my. Oh, you're getting your cast off today. All right, let me. I'm gonna clean my brushes a minute. And get me a bucket of stars. Just a little bit of white. And I separate this from my other white paint because there's no water in any of this. There's no water. I'm not watering this down. My paint, when I put it on, is very thick. It's like right out. There's not watered down. But if I want to do splatter some stars or something, then I water that down. Okay, let me get a fluffy brush. All right. Watering it down. All right, so I'm gonna do just up here right now. I'm gonna do this in stages because I haven't done anything down here yet that I want to do. But I want y'all to see. So I'm tapping off all the excess. And now I'm going to add a little bit of stars up in here. And if it's too thick, you don't like where one lands, you can wipe it off with your baby wipe. Like I don't want any right here on that window, so I'll go back and wipe those off. And the more you tap, the smaller they will get. So you really want to tap off any excess if you don't want big dots. Okay. I'm going to put some down here because I'm going to leave that. I'm going to blend some in here. All right, so let me clean that. Clean my other brushes. Okay. I'm going to get some more baby wipes. You go through a lot of baby wipes. What do I put my... I have to open another pack. I'm almost out of these. And when I just keep one box and then I just buy the refills. Don't look, Janet. Don't look at my baby wipe box, Janet. I just put in refills. The plastic, open them up and throw in a refill. All right, so now I'm going to wipe off those stars on the little window there. And that's probably the only place. All right, let's go ahead and dry this. Oh, Janet. Now, I think I want a star shine right there, but that's too big of a white dot. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that down and just make that smaller right in there. Okay, now I'll dry that. Get a Posca. Let me see what those are. Let me see here somewhere. Let's see if this one's working. I'm not sure. Once I get them crusty with other projects, then I kind of ruin them. I'm terrible about that. Yeah, it's got a little in it, but I don't want to fool with it right now. Let me get it. It's a bigger one. Oh, and I got a little Sharpie. Yeah, I got the... Here, let's just go with this one, the Sharpie one. Do we need Dee Dee to zoom? Picola, I asked. No, I didn't see anybody answer me. I can zoom in. No, but I didn't see anybody answer me. Let's go ahead and refocus. How's that? I should send you white Poscas. Nah, I got some more around here somewhere, Janet. I just got to dig around. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of extra highlight in this window. And then right up here, I'm going to do like that up there. And then maybe a couple, let me get my white pencil or an orange, maybe white, orange, and blue. Get an orange. Rachel? Don't anybody email me. I have other orange pencils. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of glow to a few. And that's because it's got it's what do you call it, acrylic paint. I can go over this with pencil. Let's scrape that off. So it wasn't quite dry. Let's do a little bit. Let's do a white. Cool. A little bit of white glow in there. And a little blue. So I'm just kind of going around some of these stars, give them a little bit more depth. And let's see, I think I'll have a shooting star down here. I think one of these, we're going to have a shooting star. Let me decide where I want one. Do I want it right there? That nice big one, maybe. That would probably be good. All right, it's a little wonky. Let's do that better. That's probably good. And then maybe a little bit of a... All right. See, I haven't done any watch hand things here. I might just block these out and just have them just barely come off. So let's go ahead and see about doing that. All right. Let me go back up here for a minute. Get a little bit of that blue under there. Give it a little more shadow under those clouds. And I don't like that edge right there. Let me clean my brush. Let's get back in there with a little bit of blue and white on that edge. There we go. Hi, Tina. Anybody else? Barb? Anybody else coming in? A kitty would fix time. All right, so let's see here. Let me come down here with a little bit of this yellow ochre, maybe. Do a little bit back in here. And this is the kind of stuff that takes the time, but it's my favorite part. Doing all these little details. And I got my paint right here. See, I have to keep moving because I'm zoomed in. So. Okay, so now I want some water coming down there. I could have some water dripping down there. It might be too much. Let me just keep keep doing a little bit more blend here. Could use another little mechanical something in here, but we'll see. Maybe make some hills in here. Maybe a couple little hills far in the distance here. Some little. Something going on way back here in this landscape. Back here in this distance. And maybe it's kind of curving around. Maybe there's a mist coming around this way. Let's see. Now I need a clean baby wipe to make some mist. So let's see. So I'm going to mash some white paint into the baby wipe. And let's see where I want this to go. I got to think for a second here. Hang on. I want this to come around here. Come around this way. No, I think I'll paint this part in. Let's make that part of this. And then some of this. Oh, too dark. And then have some kind of little, let's see, let me get some blue and white. I'm just mixing colors over here. Kind of stony, rocky something is what this is leading into. And in here, coming off of these stairs, coming down here. Okay, now let me go back. I thought I had my clean baby wipe. All right, so now I want have this coming around this way. Fade off there. These will come all the way over there. Come all the way over there. Thinner there and thicker down here. Right off the page, right there. This needs to curl. A little thin and a little thicker. I don't like that. It looks like an eyeball. So that's going to have to go. It looks like an eye. I'm going to have to swirl this out another way here. I don't want it to end right there and look like an eyeball. So we're going to come down here with this. May not even need that one down there. Let's see. Oh, okay. Don't know. On the other side. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Lisa or Lizette. All right, so let's see now. About 10 minutes. Yeah, obviously we're not going to get to the other one. I'll try to work on the other one and maybe post it, but obviously we're not getting to that today. I'd like to have maybe some water. All right, first off, let's get rid of the center here. Oh, I got to do my watch hands. Let me just get rid of all this in the middle because we're going to put new watch hands. I want this to kind of look like it's kind of buried in there. Something like that. Maybe a little even more. Let's bring that down a little. Get rid of some of that. A little bit of mech in there. I don't know. I'm not sure of this curve right there. Thank you. This needs to be up a little. That's probably a little better. And maybe just a little bit of. So I haven't done this bottom part yet either. Getting there, but you know, takes some time. All right, so let's see down here. I need some grays. Let me get a bigger brush. Let's make me a nice gray. A little bit of the purpley blue in there. Darken. Let's put a little bit more. There we go. Nope, not dark yet. Okay. There we go. Shh, 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 shh. Get rid of that. Some swirls, like this is kind of maybe in water down here. Some swirly water. Maybe some shells down in here. I don't know. I've been liking shells lately. Well, it could just be swirly water. Maybe a little splash of something here. Like a little splash coming up here. And my Bob Ross is going to kick in. Oh, thank you, John, for the super chat. Thank you so much. John is the Quest of Oak Island YouTube channel. If y'all like Oak Island, and now he's into Templars now, or Templars, as some people say. So yeah, follow John over on his channel. Seriously, he's very interesting. Thank you, John. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I didn't catch your last live. I watched the recording. So just do a little bit of water thing down here. Maybe another bit coming up in there. That's a little too much there. So I'll fiddle with this for a while I'm watching Janet, trying to keep the bots out of her hair. And I think I want a little bit of, maybe a little bit of, let's do a little bit of splash down here. Nope, too much. Let's tap that off. I need more water. Nope, too thick. Let's tap it off some more. Just want a little teeny bit. There we go. Some of them are a little big. I'll knock those off. Well, my brush is not wanting. There we go. Let me put some over there. Just want a few. That's really too many right there. Got to knock off most of the paint. Okay. Now I got to do my watch hands. Let's dry this. Thank you, Tina. Now I want a little bit more of the brown again. I kind of lost some of that sienna color. Let's put a little bit back. And maybe a little bit more water. We'll see. It's kind of rocky areas in there. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We didn't get finished, but now I want to take a little bit of shadow in here. Could do this with paint too, but I'm just going to add a little bit of detail. But this is the fun part to me, is all these little details. And I like to take my time, and I do hurry a little bit on stream so that I can try to get as much done for y'all as I can. Oh, thank you, Linda. That's kind of where I'm going with it. Let's get a little bit of the blue in there. I like them all to look ethereal. I like my collages to be otherworldly, because that's what I'm thinking of as other worlds when I'm making them. And maybe just a little bit of, let's see if I can do a little bit of whirlpool kind of action around some of these. Kind of. All right, let me do my watch hands. Let me put my brushes in water. And let me get it dry just a little bit more. Let me do a little bit of water back in here. Keep it subtle. When I sit here, I'll go shh, 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 shh. Got a little hydro something going on back here. All right. Do my watch hands. I'm thinking it might need to correlate with my shooting star. So I need to make that bigger. So let's get some orange. Do I not have any orange out? Oh, let me see. Maybe I'll just get an orange Posca. Let's make this a planet. Okay, so we're going to knock that down. I just got to let that dry for a second. Or I hit it with the heat gun. Okay, where's my black? Oh, that's blue. I want the black. I don't know. Let me just go with. All right. Let me get a ruler. I'm gonna have to change this because it's not going to match. It's not going to line up. I got to get rid of this. Hang on. One moment. Let's get rid of this. All right. Yeah. It was just off a little bit. Oops. Let me back out, y'all. I keep having to shift things. coming down here. But I don't want it at a straight angle. Let me think. Oh, there's Hubster's home for lunch. Do I want it to hit right there? I think that's good. But I hope y'all have enjoyed seeing this come together. Now I need my orange. I'm almost done streaming. I don't think he's coming yet. In the garage. And a little bit of blue. And I need my white pencil. So I'm not looking at chat, guys. I'm really trying to wrap this up. I'll be down in a minute. I'm almost done streaming. I don't think he's in the house. I'm just giving a little shadow, a little highlight, a little oomph, oomph. Okay, I better quit. So here's what we got so far. I got to fix that. My planet's a little wonky in there. There we go. It's a little better. I'm almost done streaming. There we go. That's better. Am I going in another star shine or not on that? No, probably not. All right. Well, I'm going to quit because I'm just like going to be hurrying. I'm trying to rush. So this is what we got so far. I'll probably work on it some more and post it later. And then again, the one we didn't get to, there's this one. This is kind of how the other one started out, if you missed that. And so we never did use the little monkey. Should I? Do y'all like the little monkey? Do you want me to use the little monkey? Let's cut him out and see if we can put him somewhere. If he fits in our world. Will he fit in our world? Let's do the tail last. Give a little bit of a edge on his foot. A little bit of a highlight. Let's see if he's climbing around in our world somewhere. I could paint him in too, but now that I've already laid down the stars, it's going to be a little tricky. But it looks like he could be holding something. A little fussy cutting here. I hope y'all enjoyed the day. Don't forget Janet comes on in about an hour. Not looking at chat. I don't want to cut a little leg off or something here. All right, let's get his little tail cut out and we'll see if he fits in our world. All right. After the stream, time to feed my head. Aw, he wants an ice cream cone. See, again, I don't like things right in the middle. And that if I want him reaching for that planet, he's got to be right there in the middle. Or I could just have him move down here like he's reaching up for it. Either way, he's going to be right in the middle. See, I don't like it right in the middle. Let's see. Kind of gets lost in there. I don't know. It's too much. I mean, I like him there because he's reaching for, but I don't like something. He's like a dead center. See how he's dead center? Doesn't that bother you guys? Does that bother you guys that it's dead center or not? There's a little bit more white right there. Does it bother you guys that it's dead center? No, don't bother. You like it. You like it? All right, I'm going to glue them down, guys. I'm going to glue them down right there in the middle. And later I'm going to go, why did I do that? But that's okay. We're having fun with it. All right, so I'm just going to use some tacky glue to glue them down. I could put some matte medium over the top of him so he's not shiny or anything, but all right. There he is. Oop. Still break his little tail or his little legs here. Get that leg glued down. There we go. And I'll put some highlights on his legs so you can see his little legs a little better. A little bit of highlight on them. All right, let me see here. There's a little bit of this. Yeah, there's still a little bit left in here I'll just kind of go over the top. All right, and then when this dries, I'll highlight, give him a little bit of highlight so he stands out just a little better. Okay. All right, y'all happy with him right there? Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is a little bright. Let's turn the brightness down so you can see the true color. because it's not quite that flashed out. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little more true color. And I'll probably add a couple more little stars and some specific little, you know, splashes and stuff. But yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed the day. And we will see you over at Janet. It says, Dee Dee's this all in a white shirt. Yeah, I did. Let's see. Did I get anything on my white shirt? No. No, didn't get anything on my shirt. But I did take my cuff off. I did take off my little cuff so it didn't get painty. All right, guys, we will see you over Janet's. Thanks again for being here. And good. Thank you, guys. All right. And I'll be sending y'all's napkins out. Probably go to the post office tomorrow. So, all right, guys, have a blessed day. We'll see y'all later. Bye.